What's up, YouTube? It's Young Men's Daily RP, back with another video. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video. Be sure you like the content, share the content if you enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, and engage in any way possible with YouTube algorithm. As I've talked about in a lot of previous videos, YouTube does not like the content I promote on this channel. Obviously, it is a red pilled message, and YouTube does not like promoting this type of content. So what you can do in order to spread my message and help other men wake up and understand female nature and understand just certain things about women that they might not already understand, you can engage in any way with the algorithm, and that will help this channel grow. YouTube looks for engagement. They look for feedback, positive feedback or negative feedback from viewers, but hopefully it's positive at the end of this video, and hopefully you learn something. So with no further ado, let's talk about 5 of the most subtle ways women brainwash men. All right, and this is usually men that they want control of. Okay, there are other ways women brainwash men before we get into this video, but this is how women brainwash men into liking them and being obedient to them and being subservient to them. And this video is going to be very eye-opening to a lot of you guys out there. Hopefully it's very informative. Be sure to share this video with as many guys as you can so more men can wake up and get this message, because you know YouTube suppresses this content. YouTube does not like me spreading this message, but I need more young men to wake up and understand the type of women we're dealing with in today's modern generation. Not all women, but a large majority, and some of the ways they manipulate men into liking them. So with no further ado, let's dive into the 5 ways women manipulate men, and let's break it down. The first subtle way women brainwash men is by love bombing. All right, so we're gonna talk about this very briefly. I will be diving into, if you guys want me to, an actual video on an entire breakdown of what love bombing is, how it occurs, and how to avoid it as a man. But for now, I will just briefly describe what love bombing is for the beginners out there that might not already know. Love bombing is when women overwhelm men with love, affection, and compliments in order to boost this man's ego, because women realize men's egos, for most men out there, not men that watch this channel usually, because I tell you guys to destroy your ego. Most men's egos are extremely sensitive and extremely high, all right? And you know what? Women realize this, and they realize that if they compliment you and if they're constantly praising you and showing you love and affection and being submissive for the first 6 months to a year of knowing you in that short length of time, that you will begin to trust them and you will let your guard down, and they can slowly but surely manipulate the weak-minded male because his ego is too high, and she realizes this. The second subtle way women brainwash men is through social media. All right, guys, we live in an era of social media where most women have a social media presence, and you as a man most likely have a social media presence, and women like to use social media to get to know you better. Let's just put it that way. Get to know what your interests are, what you like to do with your free time, what kind of guy you are. Are you shy? Do you love animals? Do you love motorcycles? Do you love cars? So guys, I'm gonna need you to take notes on this one. One of the most subtle ways women get you to think about them subconsciously and brainwash you through social media is by seeing what pages you follow. Say, for example, I'm a big fan of LeVar Ball, the Ball brothers, the Big Baller brand, and I like a lot of their posts, and I follow the Big Baller brand on Instagram. So for example, let's say I'm following a page and they're talking about the Ball brothers. That woman that's interested in me, she is going to see that I'm following that page when she goes through my list of followers, because women love to see who you as a man are following to get to understand the guy better, because they realize if they understand that man, they're going to be able to do certain things in order to win over his heart and his love and his affection and his time, and eventually replace those things. So for the sake of example, let's say she's on Instagram. She will follow that page and like all of the posts, And then every time you go on your Instagram and you look at the post, you see her name, her @name, and 1,000 other people liked this post. So subconsciously, she is getting you to think about her when you are looking at something you enjoy. And that is one of the many ways women subconsciously and subtly brainwash men. That is a very common way. And a lot of you guys are going to look at your social media now and realize there are women that are doing this. And I can make an entire video just on social media alone and how women use it to subconsciously put themselves in your mind and brainwash you as a man into liking them. Let me know if you want to see that. But before, if you enjoyed that point, be sure to drop a like. Let's dive into the third point right now. The third subtle way women brainwash men is by being overly trusting. So what do I mean by this? For the most part, guys, if a woman is really into you, she is not going to be overly trusting of you. She, for the most part, is going to kind of be jealous, kind of assume that other girls might be talking to you, and she's going to want to be the main woman you're talking to. All right, she wants to be your favorite. So when a woman is being overly trusting from the beginning, she is just masking her true intentions and who she really is. Being overly trusting, what does this mean? Women use being overly trusting in order to mask their own untrustworthiness. All right? She is going to let you have the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want for the most part, and say that she trusts you, she believes you, because the whole time she's running game on you. And she has a rotation of men, and she doesn't want you to call her out on it. So what she's doing is she's camouflaging her own untrustworthiness, and she's projecting it upon you. She doesn't want you to be questioning her because, you know what, she trusts you, so you should just go along and trust her. And that is what she wants you to think. But men that watch this channel, men that are up on game, men that understand women to a T, we understand that women do this to manipulate. And we understand now 3 subtle ways, and we have 2 more truth bomb subtle ways women brainwash men coming up next. Let's dive into it. The 4th subtle way women brainwash men is by micromanaging them. All right? What does this mean? So we're going to be talking about some of the most common ways women micromanage men. And this is all to just mold a man. See if he's moldable. See if he'll change. All right. And we'll talk about that at the end of this point, why women are doing this. And it's for actually an evolutionary purpose and for a good reason that you really can't blame them for. But here on this channel, I tell you guys, you need to be molding her into what you want, not the other way around. All right. Because when it's the other way around, that is out of order. So let's dive into the most common ways women micromanage. Maybe some of this will ring a bell. One of the most common ways women micromanage men is kind of just start nitpicking his appearance, kind of telling him like what to wear. She doesn't like that certain type of clothes. She needs to cut his hair. He needs to shave his beard. Trying to make this man change just to see if he's easily manipulated and won't stand on his square. And what you'll see oftentimes when I go out to restaurants or whatever, I'll see women kind of playing with their man's hair. It's almost like a man toy, all right? And they're like touching his lips, touching his forehead, kind of adjusting his appearance. And the man's just sitting there like a little boy, allowing this to happen. And a lot of men think that they're complying and that the woman will appreciate that and respect that. But she is losing attraction for you because you are changing. And what she's thinking subconsciously is if you can be easily manipulated by her just touching you and getting you to change certain things you've been doing for years, then you're going to be easily manipulated by outside factors, and you're not the most stable provider out there. So women test for this to see what type of man you are. If you will stand in your masculinity, if you will actually just be a man and you won't waver, you won't change who you are for her. The other common ways women micromanage is by changing your type of food you eat, the type of music you listen to, your hobbies, your career choice. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to point out those 4 other things. There's obviously some more here and there in between, but those are the most common ways. Remember guys, if you want to see an entire video on how women micromanage men, like this video and then just let me know in the comments and we can get to that in the future. And with no further ado, gentlemen, the 5th way women subtly brainwash men is by manipulating your or their inner circle. Let's talk about what this means briefly. So why do women manipulate men's inner circles? The reason women manipulate men's inner circles and get the people closest to the man to like the woman is so that when there is a disagreement between the woman you're dealing with and yourself, your inner circle, when you're talking to them about the issues you're going through in that relationship or dealing with that woman, they will always have her back. They will always side with her. Women are very good at doing this. That is why they try to get around your friends, to get around your family. And, you know, they're going to obviously show who they want themselves to be represented by, kind of like their ambassador. It's not necessarily who they are behind closed doors, but that is the image and the persona that they want to display to people closest to you to gain their trust. And so when you get an argument with them later on, your family, your friends, your mom, your dad, whoever it may be, your sisters, they will side with her and they will back her up and say, oh, she's a good woman. Like, I don't know. I thought she was sweet. She seems like a good girl, all these different things. And women understand this and they use your inner circle and get them to tell her what she wants to hear, which is what I tell you guys is confirmation bias. And women are really, really good at this. And they're really good at projecting themselves and getting in good with the people closest to you. And then once they gain that trust, they realize that they're able to brainwash you no matter what, because now they have that support group around them that is confirming and praising these women for doing what they do, even though it might be emotional manipulation, it might be abusive, and they might be terrible women. They've gained the support and the trust of your family and people you're closest to in your inner circle. And now it seems like you as the man are in the wrong. All right, guys? So if you enjoyed these top 5 subtle ways women brainwash men, be sure to drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss another video. Join the Patreon for more exclusive content. And last but not least, engage in any way with the algorithm to help share this content. Share it to a friend, share it to a relative, share it to a man that might be in need and maybe is blue pill, is beta, that doesn't understand certain things that we just talked about. Because this is like game-changing stuff, guys. A lot of men don't even realize the subtle ways that women are brainwashing them in society and in the media. And I wanted to make this video to open up some of your guys' eyes, because a lot of times we as men, we just walk through life and we don't think about certain things, and we look at a woman's appearance and we kind of block out everything else. But what I want to do on this channel is give you guys the truth and nothing but the truth, and put you guys on some game so that women aren't able to do this to you. All right, I'm giving away the playbook and a lot of it is free. So if you can support the channel in any way possible, it'd be much appreciated. Have a blessed rest of your day. And remember, if you want to see any separate videos on these 5 topics, let me know in the comment section below. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you guys next time. I truly hope this helps someone out there. Stay blessed, my kings.